Have you ever had one of those days where nothing goes your way? Well, let me tell you about a fisherman who had the worst day ever, and it turned into the wildest story you've ever heard. Our story begins with a poor old fisherman. He had a family to feed, and his rule was simple: cast his net only 4 times a day, no more, no less. On this particular day, he headed to the shore under the hot sun, cast his net for the first time, and pulled. It was heavy. He was so excited, thinking he'd caught a huge fish. But when he dragged it to shore, all he found was a dead donkey. A dead donkey. What a letdown. Disappointed but not defeated, he cleaned his net and cast it a second time. Again, it was heavy. He struggled and strained, hoping for a better catch. This time, he pulled up a giant jar full of sand and mud. He sighed, emptied the jar, and cast his net for the 3rd time. This time, he pulled up a mess of broken pots and old bones. At this point, most of us would have just gone home, right? But he had one cast left. He prayed for a little bit of luck, then hurled his net into the sea for the 4th and final time. He waited, and when he pulled it in, he felt a great weight. "Please let it be fish," he whispered. As he dragged his catch onto the sand, he saw a heavy copper bottle. It was sealed with a lead cap, stamped with an ancient, mysterious seal. He was curious. It felt heavy. Maybe there was something valuable inside. He shook it, but heard nothing. Using his knife, he worked at the lead seal, prying it open. He turned the bottle upside down, expecting treasure, but nothing came out. Then a thick plume of smoke billowed out, rising high into the sky, forming a massive, terrifying cloud. The smoke swirled and condensed, and out of it emerged a gigantic Jinni, a genie. So tall his head was in the clouds while his feet were on the sand. The fisherman was frozen in terror. The genie's head was like a castle, his hands like pitchforks, his legs like shipmasts, and his mouth was a dark cave. The genie looked down at the trembling fisherman and boomed, "Prepare to die." The fisherman, finding his voice, stammered, "Why would you kill me? I just set you free." The genie explained that he had been trapped in that bottle for centuries by a powerful king. For the first 100 years, he swore to make anyone who freed him rich beyond their wildest dreams. But no one came. For the second 100 years, he promised to reveal all the buried treasures of the earth. Still, no one came. After another 100 years, he vowed to grant his liberator 3 wishes. Yet he remained trapped. Finally, full of rage and despair, the Jinni made a new, terrible oath. He would kill the person who set him free, but would grant them one choice in how they would die. The fisherman's mind raced. He was an old man, but he was clever. He looked at the massive Jinni and then at the small copper bottle. "You're going to kill me," he said, "but I have one question. I simply cannot believe that you, in all your enormous size, could ever fit inside this tiny bottle. It's impossible." The Jinni laughed. "You doubt my power. I will not believe it until I see it with my own eyes," the fisherman declared, standing his ground. Annoyed, the Jinni began to transform. He dissolved back into a column of smoke, swirling and shrinking. pouring himself back into the narrow neck of the copper bottle until every last wisp was inside. Quick as a flash, the fisherman snatched the lead cap and sealed the bottle tight. He had trapped the mighty Jinni once again. The Jinni's voice, now muffled and tiny, echoed from inside the bottle, begging to be released. But the fisherman wasn't falling for that again. He told the Jinni he was going to throw the bottle back into the deep sea, to make sure no one ever found it again. He learned that day that quick thinking and courage can overcome even the most powerful threats. So what do you think? Did the fisherman make the right choice? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories from around the world. See you next time.